Okay, good morning. Increasingly, I'm being asked to explain the zoom window and how you set it up on iOS. There's a couple of different ways of doing it, but I'm going to make a video now as to exactly how I do it. Hopefully it'll help some of you guys out, give you something to think about with regards to your pull angles. I've used a zoom window for a long time on, I used to play the game of Ultimate Golf, and that has a static wind arrow, so I used the zoom on that. And I think it's the guy, there was a guy over there, Duffy, he's called, over on Ultimate Golf, that gave me the idea. And then I think it sort of found its way over to Golf Clash, because I know a couple of the guys commented on my videos that I used to post last year with the zoom, and I think it sort of found its way over to Golf Clash. I don't know if other people were doing it already, they possibly were. I know that Ankit brought this to the forefront in Golf Clash. It made a stream one time and everyone went nuts over the zoom window. Ankit's helped me out with setting it up and some of the settings, so I'm just going to go over those now. So first of all, go into your settings in iOS and then go down to accessibility. Go to zoom and you need to turn it on. So you see that little switch there, turn it on and you get a zoom window. You can resize the lens, so you need to know how to resize it. So you just click this little bar at the bottom of the zoom window. You see there's a little like oval bar, so you just click that little bar and it'll give you these options. So the first thing you want to do is you want to turn off follow focus, because that'll make the window jump around all over the screen when you type in or whatever. Set these settings as they are on my screen, so 2.5 maximum zoom level here, set that to 2.5, and then you can just grab this just by grabbing the little oval at the bottom, the little horizontal oval, and just moving it around. So then what I do is I have a screenshot of my zoom window in place. So you can see I've got this zoom window and I've got a 59 flicker and an 01 flicker, and this is from a video that I know that I pulled straight. So this particular video was a straight pull. So what I do is I use these two pictures here just to calibrate my zoom window in case anything ever goes wrong, because you do sometimes catch it and knock it somewhere else on the screen or whatever. You don't usually do it, but if you maybe carrying your iPad and the screen's on and you don't realise you got your finger on the screen or something like that. So what I do is I resize this, so click the resize button. It's not working for some reason now, but you can just basically you just grab the corners of it and resize it, and I'm just using this to calibrate, so you can see it's exactly the same size as the zoom window on my calibration picture. So I'll put it over the top there, and then I'll set the zoom to maximum, and you can see that the wind arrow is not in the zoom window there, it's not in the box. So then what you need to do, once you've got it in position, got the maximum zoom, you then need to place 3 fingers on the screen and you move it around, so up, down, left, right, and you can basically, this is what I look for. I don't have it too low down like that, I want it just below center, because the further you zoom out, if you have to zoom out to adjust, you can't see the bottom of the arrow if you set it too far down. So you want it reasonably far up, and I'm just gonna zoom out here. What I'm looking at is this bottom corner of the arrow to be touching this part of the zoom box. So I'm not looking at the point of the arrow, the tip of the arrow, I'm looking at the bottom that wind arrow, and then I'll flick to the O1 and I want it to be exactly the same. So left and right, and I'm just gonna try and fine tune that like that. So I'm just doing it now. You do this once and then you go into Golf Clash and play your tournament or whatever you want to do. So I'm quite happy with that as it stands now. So now what I'll do, go to this video. It's just a shot that I played a few months ago. So what I'm going to do is just check that it flickers nicely left and right. So there you go, rotating the screen, and the bottom of the arrow should be just nudging the right and the left of that zoom box. So the final, like the largest flick, left and right and left and right, and that's what I look at when I'm adjusting. I don't look at the top of the arrows, I look at the bottom. And that's a tip that I got from Ankit. Some people do it differently. If you have grid lines, if you have a jailbroken iPad, you can play the you can just like pop a grid line and see how much the wind arrow, like the bottom of the wind arrow, passes the grid line. But because I don't have a jailbroken iPad, I just have a standard iPad with the standard settings, and that's what I do. I just look at the bottom corners of the wind arrow just to be nudging left and right side of this zoom box. So then when I go back to the game, and if I look at a replay, so I'll look at a replay from the tournament. So if I just watch this replay, you'll see that wind arrow's in place. So once I've set up the shot, this is what I always try and do, set up quickly. It'll take a bit of time on this one because it's just quite an accurate position needed, and then I'll stop right there and I'll take a look. See, that's too much 59, so I'm just micro adjusting the rotation, and that's just nudging right and just nudging left, and I think that's a pretty straight 12 o'clock pull. So that's the wind arrow. That's how I use it. I'm not saying it's the right way, but I've found it's using that zoom box for the wind arrow has massively helped my game. It's made, I mean, I'm hitting golds every week now, and it's all down to pull angle. So thanks to Ankit for showing me how to set up that that wind arrow. I've tweaked it a little bit for my own liking, but I hope this video can help some of you out. I know that I've had a lot of people asking me about this, and I've helped quite a lot of you individually, but obviously with work and stuff, I'm very busy sometimes, so I can't always answer. So I thought I'd make a video just to show you how I get it set up, and hopefully you can do the same too. Hope it helps. Cheers, guys.